This is the 2025 Honda Accord Hybrid Touring. Is this the best hybrid trim level? Hey everybody, it's Tom from Vehicle Visionary. I hope you're having a great day. Today we're at Holmes Honda to go over this Canyon River Blue Honda Accord Hybrid. Give you all the particulars on what you can expect to find if this is the trim level you're considering. Check out the link down in the description of the video if this is something you're interested in. Let's talk about what you're going to find here on the front end. As far as your lighting goes, we're going to have LED daytime running lights, and you'll notice a little bit of a difference here. Right here, this area with a silver finish, that's going to actually be an active air curtain allowing air to flow through the front end, helping out to keep going in that right direction with great gas mileage as it improves aerodynamics. And we'll find gloss black right here with the upper grille. We'll find a combination of some gloss black with our front spoiler right here, the front lip, and then matte black finish with the lower grille. You'll see one of the sensors right here. There's sensors all around the vehicle. You're gonna have a lot of great features as far as your driving aids go, parking sensors. Speaking of those driving aids, we have Honda Sensing here. That's gonna include adaptive cruise control, collision mitigation braking, lane keeping assist, road departure mitigation, and traffic jam assist. And the Accord, of course, only available in front-wheel drive, but yet people are still buying them. I know a lot of people say they want all-wheel drive, but what about the tire and wheel setup? 235 on the width, a 40 series sidewall, and in my opinion, one of the best looking wheel options you'll find here. These are 19-inch wheels. We'll work our way up here to the side view mirrors. That Canyon River Blue color for our mirror caps, body colored mirror caps. Turn signal indicators are built in. There's really only one thing missing here, and that is the fact that they are manually folding as opposed to power folding. It seems like a lot of people want those power folding side view mirrors. And to finish things off, they're power adjustable, they're heated, and you also have your blind spot information system built into the mirror right there, blind spot monitoring, whichever you wish to call that. And here is your fully loaded remote, we'll say. Lock, unlock, remote start. You can pop the trunk open, and if you panic, that button on the very bottom right there is the button you need to push. It does have the walk-away feature, and it is a proximity key. Body color on the shark fin antenna up there. Clean look back here, no kind of a spoiler or anything like that, but I think that works where this model is concerned. Our tail lights, I like the housing just working its way right into this area, and the way that it just works its way across. Looks very nice, very clean, very consistent. Your hybrid and touring logos, along with your Accord logo, minus a little tongue twist there. And no exhaust outlets here. What do you think about that? Some people like that, some people don't, but it does give a very clean look back here. Speaking of exhaust, what's being exhausted? We're gonna open the hood and tell you all about it. With the hybrid powertrain, what do we have exactly? A naturally aspirated 2-liter 4-cylinder paired with dual electric motors. Combined 204 horsepower and 247 pounds-feet of torque. That's going to be mated to an eCVT. What about the MPGs? It kind of rhymes, doesn't it? Well, let's take a look at the window sticker and we'll show you what's there. I'll also tell you, we're looking at 46 miles per gallon city, 41 highway, 44 combined, and 2.3 gallons of gas for every 100 miles driven. One thing you don't often hear about in these car review videos are the details of the gas tank. First of all, let me show you this. The vehicle is locked and so is the gas door. A little peace of mind right there. Now that I've unlocked the interior, the gas door opens. You have capless fuel fill, and this is a 12.8 gallon gas tank. How about your cargo capacity? I like the fact that you can push the button right there or the button on the remote or in the interior and it opens itself like that. Very nice. 16.7 cubic feet. Something that's a little unusual here is that you have the same amount of cargo space whether you go hybrid or non-hybrid with these Accords. One thing that's missing, but you can add it. You can buy a kit. I believe you can buy it directly from the dealership. Seems like they should be added or at least given the option to delete if you want to, but a spare tire. That's my thought on the matter. I know a lot of you would like to have that. Now, I'm going to pull on the releases right here. We have one on each side. And what exactly does that do? Well, first of all, I'm showing you how to save some time, effort, and energy because you don't go looking around in the interior for the release to lower the rear seat backs and maximize your cargo space. Nice to have this little pass-through or large pass-through really right here that allows you to put something in the trunk that may not fit otherwise, but you can bring it into the interior. That problem's taken care of. And real quick, let's talk about the door panels. The armrest has a good bit of size with it. It's nice and large. I personally would like to see it maybe be completely flat instead of having that angled area in the front, but I don't know. Tell me what your thoughts are. Some people might say, I like that. It works for me. You're the ones buying the vehicle, so what are your thoughts? And the door bin offers a reasonable amount of space. You can put a good sized bottle in there or anything else that will fit. And for those of you who didn't just leave a comment and say, what's the price? Because some people do that. They don't watch the video or click on the link in the description of the video to go to the Homes Honda website and see the price. But good for you for being patient. It's $40,395. See what else you get for that price. And we'll start with the driver's side, or excuse me, the passenger side door panel over there. Let's get that straight. That is the passenger side. You have your lock and unlock and power window controls right there, and the armrest and door bin are both going to be larger, as is typical with most vehicles. Power adjustable seat, and here's something nice. Let's take a look at what you have right here. You have heated seats and you have ventilated seats. Do you know that today on November 19th, 2024, we actually can use the ventilated seats here in Northwest Louisiana? Now tomorrow that might change, but today we can use that. Thanks Honda for giving us that option. And you have the glove box right here where I like to stash my sarcastic jokes sometimes. Instead there's never gloves in there, but I like to stash my list of jokes to give on different things such as turn signals and all that, in case you ever wondered how I do that. Let me grab the remote right here and we'll take a quick look at the driver's side door. Can't really joke about what's going on over here too much, but the driver's side door panel, power windows at all four corners or all four doors, power up, power down, one touch for your front windows, and then you'll just have to hold the button down for the rear windows, as they don't go down with just touching the button. You have to hold it like that. And we have the control right here. If you want to lock the windows, you can do that, lock and unlock the doors, and the control right there for your power mirrors. And you have seat memory right here for the driver's side. Don't have that on the passenger side. Also, we're going to have the control or release right there to adjust the tilt and telescopically adjustable steering wheel. And right down there, you can see that button that allows you to open the trunk. I was telling you about that earlier. That's where that is. And here is our instrument display. A very nice look. You can customize this. You have multiple driving modes you can go through. That's via the control right here. So let's go through those real quick and show you. In fact, you can see those not only here, but also on the touch screen. So you have normal, we're going to have econ, and then we can go back up here to sport or individual. And when you go to individual, we'll go right here and do that. You can customize everything depending on what you want. There you go. You can even change the look of the instrument cluster or the gauges. We can go with normal as we have right now, or we can switch that over to sport. Not a massive difference where that's concerned, but that's what we have. Our steering wheel mounted controls over here, we're going to have everything for your adaptive cruise control, and then we control volume, station that we're listening to, or music, and you have your voice commands. And the scroll wheel right here allows you to go through. You push on that and we can select through quite a few different options here. We can even customize the display if we want to, depending on what we want to do right there. Hide and show and display content, all of that's going to be there. So there's how that works. We're going to go back here and go through just a couple more things just to show you what all is here. I'm not going to stop on every single one. You can see that you have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. And one more thing before we move on from the steering wheel, you have a heated steering wheel. Also right here, one of those things I do like to joke about, the fact that you have the multitasking lever, but people typically use it as one thing, and that's to turn the lights on and off. Set it to auto. It's too bad you can't set your blinkers to auto so that other people around you can know what you're doing before you do it. Sometimes I wonder about that. I guess you just like to keep us guessing. Right here, I can't say anything sarcastic or funny about that. Maybe I should try and figure out a way to do that with the control right here for your front and rear window wipers. Now, we're going to go to the 9-inch touchscreen right here. And you can see that we do have, as I said, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto right there. So I'm going to show you how easy it is to pair your smartphone. So we're going to connect a new device, and here's the process. It tells you what to do on the screen, but I figured why not just go ahead and show everybody today how easy this is to do. So we're going to do this. Now this is on an Apple iPhone. go into Bluetooth right there and scroll all the way to the bottom of the screen. You'll see Honda Accord right there. So all I'm going to do is select that, and then we're going to select pair right here. We're going to select allow right there, and we'll keep waiting for our prompts to come up because we're going to need to use CarPlay right there. You will have to turn that on or use that menu right there to select it, that option that just came up. I'll go ahead and hit yes right here. We're going to hit confirm and let everything come on up. It's connecting, as you can see. Sometimes it takes a few seconds. Just depends on where you are, I guess. Checking, connecting. One of these days, maybe, sometime. This is kind of taking a little while. We might have to go to lunch and come back and see if it's finished by the time we come back. And now that we've come back from lunch, it connected. No, it really didn't take that long. But you can see what's here. You can play music off of YouTube or whatever app you're using for that, all that kind of stuff. Now, we'll go back out of that. I did want to show you how easy that is to do. Now, you can use your favorite app for your maps if you want to, or you can use built-in maps right here. Alexa is here. If you have an Android device, obviously you can use Android Auto. And we'll go over here. There is something interesting that I want to show you under vehicle settings that you might not know about. Do you notice that you have an Accord that isn't the same color as what your Accord is if you buy this Canyon River Blue model? Well, you can change that. It's just not the way you might expect. We're going to go up here to menu, and we're going to go to body color. Now, I would say that it shows up best in white, but there's Canyon River Blue. And you have all of the other available exterior colors here for the Accord. So I guess it depends on what you like. For me, the lighter colors do show up better on the screen. We'll just leave it right there. But I wanted to show you what was here just because a lot of people don't know about that. And you can see some of your other features and functionality here as far as that goes. It's really not that hard to figure out. If you need to make any changes or reset anything or whatever you need to do, well, there's how you do that. I'll go into reverse and show you the multi-view rear view camera. We do have 3 different views where that is concerned. And right over here, you can see the sensors. Told you have parking sensors on the front and rear. There they are. So a simple system to use, very nice. It looks a lot more challenging than it is. This is a 12.3-inch touchscreen, by the way. And you can also control what's over here on the right-hand side. Now, you can't get rid of that, unfortunately. I know some people have asked me about doing that, but you can't actually get rid of it. Let's see if I can get that to go on for me. Come on, help me out. Make me look like it's going to work. There we go. But depending on what you want to do, well, there you go. You got your different screens right there. Nice and easy to learn, nice and easy to use. I like it. I think Honda did a good job where that's concerned. And you do have something that's kind of old-fashioned here of sorts, not high-tech, but I think people like to have a physical control for turning the radio on and off and adjusting the volume. Down here we find our dual zone climate control. You can sync both sides together or have them working individual based on what each passenger wants, the driver and the passenger. And we have our trusty wireless charging pad down here. That works well. Couple of USB options and your shifter right here. Conventional style shifter instead of a push button shifter. Nothing new for the Accord, but for those who have looked at other Honda models and said, I don't want a push button shifter, this is a good option for you. And we've seen a little bit of what's down here already. You have your power parking brake. We can turn that on or we can turn that back off if we want to. Brake hold mode, our cup holders, and the center console. Quite a bit of space in there. That works pretty well. And we're going to find, besides space, a 12-volt power outlet. So if you need to run an extension, maybe another USB option to a third passenger in the rear seating area, you can do that. That also works as a lid for the center console and as an armrest. I have to really drop the seat way down to really take full advantage of that. I'm 5'10", so depending on where the seat's set, that's pretty low, but I think it works. Up here with the upper console, you have a sunglass holder right here. I have my sunglasses in there at the moment. Let's not let those fall out. Here's the control for that power sunroof we talked about earlier, and you can see what else is here. And there is one more thing to tell you about here, a head-up display, in case you were curious about that. Yes, it is here, and yes, you can go in and make adjustments to that. All right, it's test drive time. We'll see what we can do here because there's a little more traffic than usual because we were caught by a train, but we'll still cruise on down the road here and give you the best test drive possible under the conditions. It's real life, isn't it? You just never know what's going to happen. But the things I can definitely say here is that this Accord Hybrid is definitely fun to drive. As far as this particular generation of the Accord, this is the most horsepower and torque you are going to find, unless you can put a tune on it and maybe get a little more out of it. I don't know. I'm not sure what's out there where that kind of thing is concerned. But one way or another, it does really well even at higher speeds. If you're in a big city and you're driving for a while at a higher speed, the gas mileage can actually be fairly impressive. So it doesn't have to be lower speeds to get those good numbers. But one way or another, the hybrid powertrain delivering some nice MPGs. Some people say that they're not that good, but I'm curious to know what everybody thinks. There will be varying opinions in the comments, that's for sure. But one way or another, it does get up and go nicely for what it is. I'm not going to tell you that it's just going to plant you in the seat or something like that, but when you need to get up and go, you can do that. You can get into sport mode and take on off down the road, get into fast-moving traffic on the interstate, whatever the situation is. We'll probably test that a little bit when we pass this 18-wheeler up here, when we make our turn onto the next road we're going to be on. I knew he was going to go that way, so that's why I said that. But the simplicity here of the technology is one thing that I definitely have to rate highly. It looks nice, it has a nice modern look and feel to it, but at the same time, it's still very user-friendly, especially if you're that person who maybe has never had this kind of technology before. It just depends on the situation that you're coming from. But I know there's still some people out there, still a few of you out there who haven't had this kind of technology yet. So don't let it scare you off if you're looking at the Accord where that's concerned and saying, I'm a little concerned about that. I'm not even sure that I'll use all of it. But you might be surprised at what happens when you start learning it. And keep in mind, if you need to learn, you're in the best place to do that, right here on YouTube, where you can watch endless tutorials, it would seem. If you aren't seeing what you want, tell me about it, and I'll make a video for you, make a tutorial for you. Tell me down in the comments section. But overall, a very fun vehicle to drive. Maneuverability is very good. The steering is pretty tight. I like that. It makes you feel more in control. Very responsive and easy to maneuver around in tight spaces. That's always a good thing. The gas pedal and the brake pedal are very easy to adjust to and to manage. That's always a plus. And I like the presence of that head-up display right there. It's nice and bright. Like I said, you can make adjustments to what's being projected onto the windshield and to its brightness and position. So a little bit of adjustability built in right there. But overall, a very simplistic interior, I'd say, considering the amount of technology that's here. Easy to learn, that's for sure. You get in here and you definitely will find that it's easy to get to everything. That's something that I always like about a vehicle, when it's easy to get to the controls and all the different switches and everything. The one thing that I am really happy about here, it's not something that's unusual for Honda, but there are automakers that are seemingly going away from physical controls and switches for the air conditioning. Yay for Honda for continuing to have these physical controls. There it is, the 2025 Honda Accord Hybrid Touring. Is this the best hybrid trim level? Tell me what your thoughts are down in the comments section. I do want to say a special thanks to our friends at Holmes Honda for loaning us this Accord for the day, and a special thanks to all of you for being kind enough to give us the opportunity to give you a vision for your next vehicle. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit the like button. That's very helpful to us. Make sure to subscribe, that way you don't miss any future videos, and share this video on your timelines on social media. We'd greatly appreciate that. If you'd like to learn about additional vehicles you may wish to consider purchasing, check out the video that's on the screen right now, and we'll see you there.